Hello students, today we will learn reheat cycle. Earlier we had discussed Rankine cycle, comparison between Rankine cycle and Carnot cycle, mean temperature of heat addition, and one numerical on Rankine cycle. In mean temperature of heat addition, we learned that the efficiency of Rankine cycle is a function of mean temperature of heat addition. Efficiency will increase as and when the mean temperature of heat addition increases. This concept is important to increase the efficiency of Rankine cycle. Now here we will discuss what is reheat cycle. Normally in Rankine cycle, the expansion of steam takes place in one stage. If the expansion of steam is replaced by more than one stage as and when required, such type of system is known as reheat cycle. So in the left hand side, this one is the flow diagram of Rankine cycle. Here you will see the basic functions or basic components which is required in reheat cycle, that is a boiler. We know what is the function of boiler. It converts water into steam. So this point 1 is the entrance of high pressure turbine. You will see the same thing in the temperature entropy diagram. This is the point number 1. So steam coming from boiler, which is at high pressure, high temperature steam. This steam expands in the high pressure turbine. So it expands from point 1 to point 2. 2 we take at the saturated vapor state always in case of reheat cycle. And then from 2 it is again reheated to point 3. Ideally the temperature at 3 and temperature at 1 must be same. So T1 must be equal to T3 in case of ideal condition. So you can see this reheating in the reheater. After expansion from high pressure turbine, steam is reheated from 2 to 3. And this steam again expands in the low pressure turbine. So expansion in the low pressure turbine we can see from point number 3 to point number 4. And point number 4 again steam is condensed in the condenser up to saturated liquid. So 4-5 is the condensation process. At 5 the steam is liquid. The steam converts into the water, and this feed water is pumped to the boiler, and then boiler again converts water into high pressure, high temperature steam. In this way the cycle of reheat is completed. Now come to the again temperature entropy diagram. We can revise it that 1-2 is the expansion of steam in the high pressure turbine. Point number 2 to 3, the steam is reheated to the initial temperature, that is at T1. Now 3 to 4 is the expansion of steam in the low pressure turbine. 4 to 5 is the condensation process, and 5 to 6 the the feed water is pumped from the point number 5 to point number 6, means it's the entrance of the boiler. Now with the help of these we can calculate how much amount of heat is added, and we will compare with the Rankine cycle. Here the amount of heat is added to the steam is total is H1 minus H6 plus H3 minus H2. We can see this. This is the amount of heat addition. First one is H1 to H6, and from we reheated the steam, so this amount of heat is the amount which we will add, that is H3 minus H2. So total amount of heat required is H1 minus H6 plus H3 minus H2, and amount of heat rejected in the condenser is H4 minus H5. Now the turbine work, here there are two turbines, so we'll add the total expansion in the high pressure turbine and low pressure turbine. So first expansion is H1 minus H2 and the second expansion is H3 minus H4. So the total work done in the turbine or the output of the turbine will be H1 minus H2 plus H3 minus H4, and the pump work will remain H6 minus H5. Now we know that what is the net work output? Net work output is W turbine minus W pump, and the efficiency of Rankine cycle, we know it is output upon input. What is output? That is W net. What is input? That is amount of heat added. Now we can conclude that what are the basic effects of reheat. So we see that the net work output of the plant increases with reheat, because we can say that the expansion in the low pressure turbine H3 minus H4 is more than the expansion of H2 to 4 days. Why I have written this? You can simply understand that if the expansion happens in single stage, then what we will get the work done, that is H1 minus H4 dash. Here we are getting the work done H1 minus H2 and H3 minus H4. Simply this we can conclude that the total expansion in reheat is more than the expansion in case of single stage or in case of Rankine cycle. So we can conclude that the total work output increases in reheat cycle. Now come to the second point. Steam rate decreases in case of reheat cycle, and the efficiency, cycle efficiency basically depends on the mean temperature of heat addition that we had already covered in the previous video lecture. So here some practical applications shows that reheat gives a small increase in efficiency. Now this is the theoretical background of reheat cycle. As we had covered one numerical of Rankine cycle, here also the numerical can be solved with the help of that numerical, because in numerical again you will see the terms of enthalpy. So enthalpy at 1, enthalpy at 2, enthalpy at 3, enthalpy at 4, enthalpy at 5, enthalpy at 6. If we are able to calculate enthalpies at these points, again we will be able to solve the numerical of reheat cycle. Yes, we know that the numericals on vapor power cycle depends on the knowledge of properties of steam. How much we have sound knowledge that we can easily solve the numericals on vapor power cycle. So to solve or to help how the numericals can be solved, I will provide a video lecture on properties of steam in my next video lecture. So again revise previous video lectures, that is Rankine cycle, reheat cycle, and if you feel any type of doubts, you can write in the comment box, that can be answered. Thank you.